Hello, I'm Boris Sanchez filling in for Wolf Blitzer. It is 1 p.m. here in New York. Wherever you're watching from all around the world, we thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we're thankful that you are here with us. We start with President Trump and his holiday message for America today. Happy Thanksgiving, and you're welcome. First, here's the tweet. Happy Thanksgiving. Your country is starting to do really well. Jobs coming back, highest stock market rally ever, military getting really strong. We will build the wall. VA taking care of our vets. Great Supreme Court justice. Record cuts in regulations. Lowest unemployment in 17 years. Then the president spoke to troops in a teleconference from his office in Mar-a-Lago.
We're being talked about again as an armed forces. We're really winning. We know how to win. But we have to let you win. They weren't letting you win before. They were letting you play even. We're letting you win. We're doing well at home. The economy is doing really great. When you come back, you're going to see with the jobs and companies coming back into our country, and the stock market just hit a record high. Unemployment's the lowest it's been in 17 years. So you're fighting for something real. You're fighting for something good.
CNN senior White House correspondent Jeff Zeleny is in sunny West Palm Beach, Florida. Jeff, the president and first lady also paid a visit to the Coast Guard. What was the message there?
Boris, they did indeed. They traveled to a Coast Guard station not far from his resort in Mar-a-Lago, and he was thanking the Coast Guard. It's actually one of the branches of the military service that is often not thought about as much as the Marines, perhaps, or the Army or the Navy. But particularly in the wake of the hurricanes that happened, of course, throughout the summer and the fall season, the president was thanking the members of the Coast Guard directly for all their help. And after he did that, he went on to talk about how well he believes the country is doing during his almost first year in office.
The stock market on Friday hit the all-time high, the highest it's ever been, ever. Your whole long life, the stock market's higher than it's ever been. And that means your 401ks and your all of the things that you have. You know, whether it's, even if you're in the military, you have a country that's really starting to turn. We want to have a strong country. We want to have a country where I can buy new Coast Guard cutters and not have to worry about it.
So the president certainly talking about that record high stock market. Left out of the message there, perhaps should be on his list of thankfulness, is the state of the economy when he arrived in office, of course. Janet Yellen, the outgoing Fed chair, was responsible for keeping interest rates low. President Obama, of course, left the economy in far better shape than he inherited it. But President Trump, again, making the case that he is responsible for this. And in some degree, he is, with the confidence he's injected into the markets. But Boris, one last thing here. We just got word a short time ago of what the Trumps will be having for dinner at Mar-a-Lago. It's a traditional Thanksgiving fare of mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, a turkey with some Florida specials thrown in there, like Florida stone crabs and red snapper as well. He's on the golf course right now in this 80-degree weather here in Florida. He'll be having dinner later tonight in Mar-a-Lago. Boris?
Shorts, flip-flops, and stone crab doesn't get much better than that. Jeff Zeleny, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you. Let's get some thoughts on the president's message to the troops from CNN military analyst, retired Air Force Colonel Cedric Leighton. He joins us via Skype from Huntington, Pennsylvania. Colonel Leighton, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to you, sir. We thank you for taking time off on this holiday to chat with us. We have to ask, what did you like about the president's message to service members?
Well, Boris, happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody at CNN. I just want to think that, when it comes to the president's message, it was really good that he included the Coast Guard. That was superb. It was very important to recognize that so-called fifth branch of the armed forces. I also like the fact that he had a winning philosophy when it came to his discussion of Afghanistan. And then I also like the idea that he included military families. That is exceedingly important, because every time that we talk about the sacrifices that military members make, you look at the sacrifices that are also made by military family members, and those considerable sacrifices are ones that are not always recognized, and it's about time that they are.
Yeah, we can't say enough about the sacrifices that not only do these service members make, but also their families, especially being away from loved ones during holidays like this one. The president also, though, talked about tax reform and the stock market. How do you think the service members received that?
Well, they work under a different set of incentives compared to the private sector, Boris. And as someone who has served, to me, it looks as if that is something that is not really pertinent to a service member or to the people that are supporting that service member. Yes, it is true that they are defending the country, and when they defend the country, they defend the nation's economy. But talking about 401ks and the stock market, that becomes something that is important, but it is ancillary to what they do. No matter how high the stock market is, they are going to be serving our country, and they're going to be defending our country as well.
Colonel, the president also thanked the troops for progress being made in the fight against ISIS, but he also took a swipe at the Obama administration. Listen to this.
The fight against ISIS, it's coming our way. It's coming our way. Big difference. A lot of things have happened. They say we've made more progress against ISIS than they did in years of the previous administration. And that's because I'm letting you do your job.
What's the biggest difference between this administration and the last one in terms of fighting ISIS, and how much credit does the president deserve for that progress that we've seen?
Well, Boris, the biggest difference is that right now we're on that winning stretch that the president talked about. But the difference is this, that winning stretch really took place before President Trump's election. And it was true that the Obama administration was a bit slow to recognize the danger that ISIS posed. And there was a real danger that Iraq would fall. ISIS came very close to Baghdad, people will recall. But the issue is this, he is taking credit for a victory that is really the credit of both administrations, and he's also taking credit for something that the troops came in and helped the Iraqis achieve. So this is more of an Iraqi victory. It is more of a Kurdish victory than it is a U.S. victory, although we did absolutely help, and we helped under very difficult conditions.
Colonel Cedric Layden, we have to leave it there. Once again, thank you for the time on Thanksgiving.